goal of this show is to highlight Nashville. Later today, we'll be doing a tour on a $4 million property.
You guys want to go for a ride on the boat?
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you. Welcome to The American Dream, a national television show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. You're going to absolutely love today's show. Today, we are featuring Nashville, Tennessee through the lens of an award-winning realtor, Bernie Gallerani. Bernie is a top producer, great reputation. He is loved in Nashville, Tennessee, and he's going to show you around not just the real estate and lifestyle, but he's actually going to give you some great advice along the way. You're going to love today's show as we take you across Music City with Bernie Gallerani. Let's check it out right now.
So I'm Bernie Gallerani. I'm a real estate agent with RE/MAX. Been in real estate now for 17 years. It's been a great journey.
What's interesting is when I moved to Hendersonville, I moved here from Las Vegas. Coming from Las Vegas to Hendersonville, Tennessee in 2004 was quite a shock. Back in 2004, the road we're on right now was farmland.
The goal of this show is to highlight Nashville for what Nashville is. I mean, obviously we're one or two fastest growing cities in the country. Just so many great things with CMA Fest and all the concerts that go on here. And it's such a lively place and a fun place and to come and visit. And there's just a lot of really interesting things about this town. There's lots of fun attractions you can go do. So we wanted to really highlight Nashville for really what Nashville is. And then on top of that, having really great, informative people to talk to and featuring homes on our show. So you guys will see later today, we'll be doing a tour on a $4 million property. And then on top of that, introduce you to some members of my team and a few of their experiences. Raymond.
Bernie.
Thanks guys for meeting.
Hi, good to
I'm
see you.
excited that we're going to get a chance to preview this great property. And as you know, we're doing a fantastic show here about Nashville. Why I wanted you guys here today is we are going to go out and preview a $4 million property that we are listing on the lake here in Fairview Plantation.
Excellent. Can't wait to see it.
Great, let's go.
Let's go.
Boy, this place is absolutely fantastic. This foyer is amazing when you walk into this front door and you look at all the coffered ceilings inside of the home. And what I love most about the foyer here is the wooden 12-foot doors with all the glass and the light coming in.
I feel like you're in a private resort.
10,600 square feet of living space and over 16,000 square feet of everything under roof. So we'll go out to the lanai here in a minute. We'll get a chance to see that. But this place is just fantastic. Everything on this side has such an awesome view of the lake.
I don't know how you could get much work done with this incredible view.
It'd be hard, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You'd want to spend all your time on the water right out at the pool.
Absolutely.
Blueberry jelly on your plate. I got this smoothing that you crave. Oh, we could.
What I love about the master suite is it's not just a bedroom with doors, right? Of course, you've could certainly close it off.
Its own private wing, right?
It is, but look at the master bedroom in here, and it's got just incredible views of the lake, access to the lanai, surround sound, built-ins for TV. What's great from this space here, once you walk out into the lanai, you can get to anywhere on the back side of the house from here. And a master that anybody would just absolutely die for. Garden tub, air tub. That's a shower.
Wow.
Raymond, you ever been in a shower with me before?
You can just edit that right on that.
Raymond, you ever taken a shower before?
We had too much to drink that night.
Come down here, and this is where the fun happens. This is where the party goes down. We have got just an awesome, awesome basement space with a walkout to the pool and the view of the lake and the boat dock. Tons and tons of fun down here.
Hey, this is where I take your money, Bernie.
Do we have any pool sticks?
Right here.
Wow. See, Elisa, when you have 1,750 square feet of lanai,
This
you
is
get to
where you
it.
hang out, huh?
This is where you hang out. I said my #1 favorite spot is right here. If you love water, you love a nice neighborhood, Fairview Plantation, 30 minutes to downtown Nashville from here. One thing I've learned about living on the lake is it's not like you come home from a crazy work day. Here you're coming home to paradise, and it's just a different way of looking at life. What's even great about just this house is this neighborhood in which it sits in. I mean, as you guys saw coming in, it's a gated community. The subdivision of Fairview Plantation is the elite of all elite. It's just a very special place, golf course community. It is a really just dynamic, fun place to live for a lot of people. There's so many things about owning a lake property: depth of water, which here has deep water, slope of backyard, how difficult it is to get to the water, or how difficult it is to get back up to the house. View is obviously an important thing. A lot of folks will talk with me a lot about where they live, and they live in small coves. They've got water access and little small boat docks there, which is fine. But where the value is in lake property is in this. So we get a chance to actually see the water and experience the boating, experience the fishing, experience what we call the lake life fun, right? We get to hear the boats flying by and get to see the people having fun. That's really what lake living is all about. So Elisa, this is where you would hang out, right? This is your space. The homeowner went to Las Vegas and just admired the pool at the Bellagio and came back and replicated a smaller version of that pool right here in his backyard.
Nothing but you can make me feel alive. Set my heart on fire. Turn the silver sky into a California blue. Fireworks in July. Got nothing on your eyes. Nothing on my mind. No, nothing but you. Nothing but you.
So again, another great view from the lake. Beautiful out here. You guys want to go for a ride on the boat?
Yes.
Yes.
So you know what I love about being on the water, which we get a chance to enjoy this here, hanging out on the boat with not only the subdivision of Fairview Plantation, but also the beautiful house in which we just toured.
You can come home from work, come get in your boat, and just take the rest of the evening, maybe do a little fishing, have a picnic out here.
Bring your dog. Max is the official lake tour dog. This actually used to be a horse farm. So it's really developed over the last 20 years into just a fantastic elite neighborhood, gated community. The one thing I just love about the lake is how calming it is and just totally relaxing. It's probably one of the my favorite things about living on the water is that you get to come home after working hard and just enjoying the peacefulness of the water. And if you want to play on it, you can play on it. If you want to swim in it, you can swim in it. If you want to ski in it, you can ski in it. If you want to just hang out with your friends on the water, you can do that. You can pull the kids, the tubers, you can jet ski out here if you like. There are no real rules. You can just go out here. The whole idea about living on the water is just having a bunch of fun.
Love seeing Nashville, Tennessee with Bernie Gallerani. Great lifestyle, great city, great culture. Now, we're going to go a little bit deeper into the real estate space. Bernie Gallerani is an award-winning realtor. He sat down with Mike Ferry, who is an icon in the real estate space. Let's check out what these guys had to say about what's going on with our markets. Check it out.
Hi, Bernie Gallerani here with American Dream, and I have the pleasure today to interviewing the most successful, influential person in real estate in the United States, Mr. Mike Ferry. Mike has been speaking and training in the real estate industry for over 45 years, has done over 7,000 speeches and seminars in his career in the real estate industry. Twice has been named as one of the 5 most influential people in real estate, according to the National Association of Realtors. Mike, thank you so much for being my guest here on American Dream.
No, thanks for inviting me. And boy, thank you. I actually feel like I must be important after all those wonderful things you said. So thank you.
Well,
That's
Mike, I gotta tell you, it's an honor to have you here, and I want to thank you for your time. I know you're a pretty busy guy. I've had the pleasure, Mike, of working with you for 17 years, and the impact that you have made in my real estate career, helping me communicate with clients, helping me educate the sellers and the buyers on the marketplace. Couldn't have done the type of business that we do without you. And so I want to thank you for everything that you've done for myself, my family, and my business.
Well, thank you for that thought. Of course, you know, I have a standard line when people say that to me, which is very nice of you to say that, but I had the easy part. All I had to do is tell you what to do. You are the guy that made it all happen. And so I would say congratulations back to you, because you've done a phenomenal job, and you've done that for 17 years, and it's a real tribute to your work ethic and the goals and dreams that you have. So I'm just glad I could participate and help along the way.
Mike, well, I really appreciate you saying that. It's been my pleasure. You know, as we have people listening to this show, there's lots of conversation right now. The state of the country is in some turmoil. We're dealing with COVID-19. Here in Nashville, of course, recently, a few months back, we got hit by a devastating tornado. And there's a lot of questions in the mind, I think, of the buyers and the sellers of, you know, what's next, meaning what does the housing market look like and things like that. So I wanted to ask your thoughts here. What do you see in general in the real estate market in the country? What is your thought on what the future brings, knowing that we're dealing with this COVID-19 stuff?
Well, of course, you know, I've been doing this, as you mentioned, 45 years. I started in real estate when I was 18. I'm 75, so that's 50 some years. And in that period of time, you know, I've been through probably, Bernie, a good solid 8 to 10 pretty severe real estate recessions of all types. Some are economic, there's just so many different causes that cause the market to get sideways. But the nice part about the market we have today, as terrible as it is with COVID-19, et cetera, is the fact that we have such a high demand for home ownership over the last 7, 8 years. And that demand has not diminished. It's actually getting stronger and stronger, which is, of course, huge advantage to all the sellers that want to sell, as well as being great for the buyers. So I see the future as being very, very bright, unless there is a worldwide economic problem, which it doesn't appear there's going to be. I see the future for real estate as being very bright. I mean, it's a tough time. There's no question about it. This particular disease, as it's traveled around the world, is unusual because we can't see it, we can't feel it, we can't touch it, we can't smell it, but it's out there. So it's a very scary thing. But professional people like yourself, the professional people that you deal with understand all the protocols to follow. And as a result of the protocols, the business is done very well and it's getting stronger as the year progresses.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting point, because you talk about, you can't touch it, you can't feel it. And a lot of times if you don't really identify what it is, it's hard to really relate to it and really understand where it's going and kind of what it's going to look like in a year, 2 years from now. Let's talk about some of the positives, Mike. I mean, we know that here in Nashville, the market is on fire. And a lot of agents like myself and even homeowners and buyers are wondering why, right, during these times. So what are the positives for buyers and for sellers to want to continue to feel comfortable purchasing and or selling homes in this market?
Well, first of all, probably two of the strongest markets in the nation today in the U.S. side are Nashville and the greater Boston market. They're two of the strongest. But the country as a whole, with a few exceptions, is doing very well real estate-wise. But I think the biggest thing we have today, and it sounds strange when I say this to you, is the shortage of inventory is actually strengthening the market for buyers and sellers, and of course for professional real estate people. Because see, normally, if we look at 2007 to 2012, when the inventory was going through the roof, number of homes for sale, there wasn't enough demand, so the prices fell through the floor. Well, today, with the lack of inventory, it secures the prices for the seller, which is very important, and it then causes motivation in the buyers to want to buy because the prices are only going to go one way, and that is up based upon the market stats we have today. So it's advantageous to both buyers and sellers to do something today if they have the opportunity to do something today. So it's a good market for both buyers and sellers.
Do you find that knowing that what's happening with COVID in our country, the government continuing to keep working on keeping those interest rates low is driving those buyers into wanting to purchase?
Absolutely, 100%. And I share this, Bernie, now and then. When I started in real estate back in the early 1970s in Southern California, and you know that market because you were from that area, I had 3 transactions, and some of your friends watching this will be in a little bit of shock when I say what I'm going to say next. But I had 3 transactions closed in December of 1972. Fully qualified buyers, 30-year fixed loans. The interest rate was 18.5% for each of those buyers. And in 1973, the interest rate went to 21%, and yet people still bought homes every day because that was the market. Well, with all the things that are going on, the interest rates are incredibly low today, probably the lowest we've ever seen. So it's a great incentive for the buyers, but that makes a great incentive for the sellers if they need to sell their home. So it really is almost a perfect time for a buyer and seller to operate today.
Yeah, and it's people ask all the time, being a real estate agent, as you know, they'll always ask, when's a good time to buy? When's the best time to buy? And I say, the best time to buy is when you're ready to buy, because real estate is always going to fluctuate, and everybody loves the opportunity to build equity in their home. And other folks, of course, get a little upset or angry to think that it goes down. But that's called life, right? There's peaks and valleys, and I've learned that from you over the years. And that if you hang on to it long enough, it always comes back to be a great investment.
Well, I always say, when is the best time to buy? Yesterday. That would be a wiser decision than waiting till tomorrow. But it always goes back to what is the purpose of the purchase. They're raising a family, they're retiring, they're downsizing, they're upsizing, whatever that may be. But the good news is, the market is there for all the different categories of people that want to purchase real estate, and it's going to remain that way for a long time. So I'm very optimistic about what's going to happen for the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, and I appreciate that comment. And one thing you've shared with me over the years is to try to always keep my mindset on the positive and never the negative. And if you look around enough, you'll always see negative. And if you look around enough, you'll always see positive. And so I think that lesson to me personally from you has allowed us to be very optimistic to all of our sellers when they are down. You've shared that there's always an upside, and you can look at a negative downside. It's always better to be positive than it is to be negative.
Well, people are going to find what they're looking for. If they're looking for the negative side of a market, I'm sure there is a negative side, even in a great city like Nashville. If they're looking for a positive side, there's much more positive than negative. So it's just you have to figure out what you want to accomplish, what you're trying to do, and what the purpose is, and then let you help them fulfill that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, I have, so enjoyed this conversation with you and the many, many years that we've been able to work together, and all the influences that the people you've introduced me to and allowed our business to thrive at a high level. And I'm more honored to have you even as a guest on my show. And I want to just thank you for everything that you've done for myself, my family, my business. I just want to say to everybody, Mr. Mike Ferry, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you for having me part of the show, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you, Bernie.
Thank you, Mike.
So today we got to see the lifestyles of Nashville, Tennessee. You also got some great advice from Mike Ferry and Bernie Gallerani, two icons in the industry right there in Nashville, Tennessee. But what if you're looking to accomplish the American dream of homeownership? Well, how do you buy a house in Nashville, Tennessee? What do homes go for? Well, Bernie's team has all the inventory, and we're going to show you some cool property so you can check it out and see what real estate looks like there in Nashville, Tennessee.
Modern features and style awaits at 326 Crescent Moon Circle. This Williamson County home is located in Nolensville in Arrington Retreat Community. $70,000 worth of additional upgrades were added, making this home better than new. This home offers over 3,400 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, with a 2-car attached garage. This smart home features upgraded LED lighting and Alexa-controlled lighting in every room. It also features a Ring security system. Open Concept Living allows for ideal functionality. Enjoy your mornings on the covered, screened-in porch. Backyard terrace to 2 levels and added trees along the back property line for your privacy. Your family will love the media room. Plus, all media equipment is included with the sale. Welcome home to 5008 Bent Grass Court in beautiful Franklin, Tennessee. This stunning property is nestled in the Temple Hills Golf Country Club and perched on a large lot. Offering over 4,500 palatial square feet with 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and 3-car garage. This home boasts lots of upgrades, including extensive millwork with coffered ceilings, gleaming hardwood floors, custom plantation shutters, and a family media room with surround sound, landscape lighting, and an outdoor kitchen perfect for the entertainer. Centered at the heart of the home is the gourmet kitchen with ample cabinetry, high-end stainless steel appliances, and a walk-in pantry. This home has been meticulously maintained and is move-in ready.
Hi, I'm Bernie Gallerani with Remax Choice Properties, and welcome to the American Dream, Old Hickory life, living on the lake. We are going to show you a fantastic property, a 7,000 square foot home on this absolutely beautiful lake. And I am accompanied by my friend Scott, who I'm going to show this fantastic property to. I cannot wait to show it to you. So come on, let's go take a look at this lake. We're going to take a drive down there and pull into the boat dock, and you get a chance to experience something absolutely fantastic. So here we are on Old Hickory Lake. There are many restaurants here on Old Hickory Lake, campgrounds. There's 22,000 acres of lake. We're going to be heading up to the dam here at Old Hickory, which is very interesting because it has a lock. We can take this boat, if we chose to, go down into the lock, into the river, and travel this thing all the way down to downtown Nashville. And I bet you didn't even know this, Scott. we can take this as far as we want. We could take it to Florida if we would like to through all the waterways.
Yes, this is a great lake. It's got 8 marinas and 41 boat access sites, and just lots of ways to get on the water and have fun on the water.
This dam was started in 1952. They finished the dam part of it in 1954, which then made Old Hickory Lake.
In this area on the lake, there's lots of parks right on the water.
Things for everybody really to enjoy. So come by car, come by boat, come by motorcycle, whatever you want to do. It's certainly a lifestyle that once you get it in your system, it's tough to get it out. So. Scott, that was fun.
Yeah.
But we brought you here to come look at the house, right?
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you coming. So we're going to go and take a look at the 7,000 square foot beautiful property on the lake. Come on. Scott, isn't this amazing, this view inside the home? And as we stand in the foyer, Scott, look at the amount of detail that's just in the woodwork.
Well, I love the arched doorways coming through here and going into the dining room. And yeah, the wood detail is incredible.
Scott, what I love about this property is what all people who love about lake homes is the view.
Well, obviously.
I mean, what's just amazing is when you walk in on lake properties, you're seeing nothing but water here. And what makes this house so fantastic is look at the height of the ceilings. And you can see the upstairs area, how open that upstairs area is to the area here. This view of this property is so unique and unusual because there's absolutely no obstruction to the water. You don't have a lot of land between your property and the water line, so you have nothing but a water view as you walk in.
I mean, it's just fantastic.
And let's flow into here. I want to show you this kitchen. In the kitchen over here, look at the detail in the woodwork. You have a wine storage area. You have all stainless steel appliances in here, KitchenAid appliances. Look at the woodwork.
Yeah, I mean, that's incredibly detailed.
It's got a 6-burner stove, and what's really great, Scott, about this property, I'm going to show you guys this. This is an absolutely unbelievable, beautiful area for you and your family to sit and enjoy overlooking the lake. It's absolutely stunning. Well, we just had an awesome day today touring this property, and I want to thank Raymond and Elisa for spending this time with me and featuring this just unbelievable property here in Fairview Plantation. And thank you to American Dream, because this is the American Dream.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of The American Dream, a show about real estate, lifestyle, and culture. And we showed you what makes Nashville, Tennessee just an awesome town. And we did it through the lens of an award-winning realtor, Bernie Gallerani. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Don't forget, you can also follow us on social media. Until next time, cheers to your American Dream.